everyone, thanks for stopping by. I'm Kara Elizabeth, a 3-5 emotional manifestor, here to provide you with your weekly energetic weather report via human design, a system that combines aspects of astrology, the I Ching, the chakra system, and the Kabbalistic tree of life. Now, every human design journey begins with looking up your unique human design chart, and you can do that at www.myhumandesign.com. Transits are the specific energies that are present in the universe at any given moment. I go over the sun and earth, the sun being our main experience and the earth being how we're grounding in it. And each transit tends to hang around for about 6 days. Now, my goal is to provide you with a general cosmic heads up on how you can expect to feel, what you can expect to experience, and how to best navigate your week. So if you're ready to go, let's get started. All right, you guys, it is that time of the week again. The transits have officially shifted. And just like the last 2 weeks, this week we are going to be transiting the splenic center once again. So this is our intuition/fear center. So there's always a fear associated with each one of these gates that we must overcome to truly be able to tap into our intuition. So that's where we're at now. We're going to be grounding through our sacrals. So this week is going to be, we could potentially have a little bit more energy than normal, especially for my non-sacral beings. So let's just go ahead and get on into it. So gate 32 is going to be our sun experience. It's coming out of the splenic center. This is going to be our main energetic theme for the week. And you all will be pleased to know that the energy and the gift that comes along with this gate is having a nose for success. So in a nutshell, you're just going to be able to look at something or have an opportunity come your way, and you are just going to have this inner knowing of whether or not it's going to be successful or not. So let's go a little bit deeper in that, though. Shall we? Yes, we shall. Let's see what Jenna Zoe has to say about this one. So we're all going to be experiencing this gift for the next 6 days. And so we are all going to have, like I said, this sixth sense for what's going to work out and what's not going to work out. So you might have a nose for what businesses will be successful, or maybe a sense of whether a relationship will be able to go the distance. But this gift can just show up in many different ways. So it's all going to be very personal and unique to you. So please, I'm so fascinated by this. I don't normally have this one defined in my chart, so I'm curious as well to how this is going to show up for me. I want to know how it's showing up for you. So let me know in the comments below about what you're able to tap into right now of knowing whether or not it's going to be a success. So let's move on though. This is going to be here. This energy is here to help guide us and steer us into what what the universe is calling you to spend your time and energy on. So really, truly, pay attention to where this shows up for you, because this is the direction that you're being called to move in by the universe, by the powers that be. And I know that statement was very important because a train came through at that exact moment blowing its horn. So pay attention to that. This energy is here to help guide and steer you in the right direction, and pay attention to what you're being called to invest your time and energy to right now. So moving on now, this skill is not something based in logic or facts. That's also very important. It's intuition. This is just going to show up as being just a strong, instinctual, sixth sense and inner knowing that you often won't be able to explain why you are feeling the way that you're feeling about things, and why you're feeling that certain things will be successful or not. But in fact, when you can't explain why you are feeling the way that you're feeling, then this is a really good sign, because this is you, and pat yourself on the back, because this is you letting that pure instinct speak rather than letting your brain get in the way. So bravo if you tap into some of this right now. So the gift of 32 is also going to show us a healthy sense of restraint when putting money or energy into things, because you're obviously not going to want to invest in the things that you don't sense are going to be successful. So we're all going to have this gift right now. So listen up, because this gift is here to guide your own actions and decisions, but it's also here for you to use it to help steer others towards succeeding as well. So you can use this gift while we have it to help make others successful by using your strategy. So whatever your strategy is, so this is going to be tied to what you are. So manifestor, use your strategy to inform. Mani-gens and generators, use your strategy of waiting to respond. Projectors, use the strategy of waiting to be invited, waiting for the invitation. And reflectors, allow the universe to simply carry you through the decision-making process. And pay attention to what keeps repeating for you, because these are the nudges. You don't want to ask on your first nudge, reflectors. So how can we make the most of this while we got it? And Jenna says that the thing about instinct is that it doesn't speak to you always and in every single situation. It's just going to speak up whenever it wants to. So this is also a theme that we have been experiencing. This is the 3rd week now. It's where our knowledge and wisdom is going to present itself to us, and we're going to have access to it exactly when we need to have access to the information. So this just brings me back to one of my favorite sayings. If I needed it, I would have it, period. So this is just going to tap us all into waiting for that wisdom and intuitive hit and inner knowing to show up. And we trust that it's always going to show up exactly when we need it to. Not necessarily when we want it to, but exactly when we need it to. So she continues that you don't have to push yourself to have all the answers for everything. You just need to open-mindedly listen out for that little whisper that's going to say, this feels right, or something feels off here. Every single person that is going to be experiencing this gift right now is going to have different areas of life that this gift is going to speak up in. Whether that's in investing stocks, discerning what clients are right to collaborate with, or relationship counseling, it's going to be very unique to everyone. So like I said, leave me a comment. I want to know how it's showing up for you. Now, moving on, what can block us here in this energy? And it's the fear. So like I said earlier, there's a fear that's always attached to every single one of these splenic gates, and this one has with it a fear of failure. So we have to overcome this. So since this energy is so strongly oriented towards success, the biggest fear that we're going to experience here is the opposite, that we're going to fail. And this can show up in several different ways. So some people are going to feel so afraid to fail that you're going to feel paralyzed to make any moves toward your dreams. Some people are taking action, but out of fear rather than excitement. So these are things that you're going to want to pay attention to, because more than likely they are going to show up for you at some point, because it's just the energy that this carries with it. And then the last thing of a way that it could show up is by sitting and thinking about failure for way too long. But either way, however you experience this, you have to overcome it and just flip this fear on its head and understand that this nose for failure is here to help propel you to success when you can get out of your head and not listen to the fear and make moves towards your dreams, while always listening out for that little instinct, that instinctual, tiny, small voice, quiet voice that is here to help guide you. So remember, there's like a quote out there. It's like, fear is loud, intuition is quiet. Pay attention, because a lot of times we can mistake our inner voice, our intuition, for that fear, for our minds. So really pay attention. Fear is going to be speaking in a much, much louder tone, okay? So now, that's that. Let's move on to gate 42. This is where the earth is going to be for the next 6 days, and this is also the energy that we're going to be grounding in. That's going to really drop us in to that sun experience that we just went over. So this one comes out of the sacral, and it carries with it the energy of realizing potential. Love, love, love. You can already see how this is truly going to be supporting our experience right now. Okay, so the energy of the 42 that we're all going to be experiencing here for the next 6 days is coming in to make sure that we are growing, okay? It's coming in to make sure that growth is happening. So this energy is going to want to ensure that the maximum potential is made real / manifested out of every single person and every single situation. So maximum impact, maximum potential here. This is going to show up as having a strong desire within yourself to create and expand and have things work out in the best way possible. And also to accomplish great things. So you can see how these pair so nicely together. So fucking supported all the time. All right. So it's going to be very easy for you to have positive, abundant outlooks. And this lends itself to you creating success for yourself as well as for other people. And with this big desire comes a heightened awareness of everything that is standing in your way of the greatness unfolding, which is yet another skill that you are going to be able to lend to so many different projects and areas of life. So we are all going to be very good at overcoming blockages as well as helping others to see their blockages, because your mind is going to be able to see them so clearly right now in this energy. And even when things get hard, we're going to have the ability to self-examine and see how we're getting in our own ways. This is beautiful. So just think of this as supporting us in showing us what is getting in the way of our own success, of us reaching our goals and being successful. This gift is also going to get stronger the more you can just allow yourself to get quiet and observe. So this is another theme that we're continuing from the last couple of weeks. We're being asked to get quiet and observe, which, is not natural for a lot of us. Hello. Okay. Moving on, there is a caveat with this gift, though, like all other gifts, that it's not going to bear fruit if you use it only on yourself. So if you find yourself solely focused on realizing your own potential, the whole thing is just going to short circuit. Can't talk today. You have to take an interest in using your skills to ensure other people's potential where you can. Because it is literally written in the stars that when you do this, abundance will flow to you. Truly, genuinely wanting others to succeed is the secret ingredient here that is going to make the whole cake rise. So, be of service. Now, how can we make the most out of this while we've got it? And that is by getting clear on the specific ways that you are good at helping people make their potential real. So this isn't about going overboard or doing anything and everything to lift other people up. This is about figuring out where and how you're good at helping people live out their potential and making that a big part of what you offer to the world. Because the more that you can laser in on where you are adding value, the more value you are going to be able to bring to the table. That's it. Simple as that. Get clear. And how do we do that? We get quiet so that we can hear that little intuition speaking to us. Now, where can we get messed up here? So where can we get blocked? And that is by sacrificing your own goals to help other people rise. There has to be a healthy balance here because you can't just be helping others match up to their potential at your detriment. If you're doing it for work, charge market price for it. If you're a full-time mom and wife, do not deplete yourself trying to make sure that everyone rises, everyone but yourself. You get the picture. Let go of trying to create a specific outcome too tightly. And remember that if you put good consciousness and aligned energy behind it, the best outcome will happen always. So sometimes that outcome is the one that you can't even imagine yet, but it's going to materialize if you show up your best way possible. So a focus on getting results can sometimes mean that you're more comfortable with the ending and not so much in the process. But what you have to remember here, though, is that life is always a cycle of new beginnings, the process, and then the ending. And after that ending, something will start all over again. So endings may feel very good, but they are an illusion. So don't mistake manifesting potential for what looks like nice little conclusions and endings on a shallow level. So we're going to want to focus more on living out our potential in this long game called life. So don't rush to get to the end so much that you miss the lessons, because if that's the case, you will go through a new cycle, yes, sure, but the same patterns and themes will come up until you have integrated them in yourself. And there you have it, folks. That is our transit for this week. I am going to leave you with a good luck and I love you. And of course, if you want to work with me in any way, shape, or form outside of this, all of my links are listed in the description box below. Check them out if you wish. And I will see you guys next week.